just vanished one day. Most people lost hope after a few weeks. They just stopped looking. But I'm not giving up. I need to find her. I have to. Come here. Emily? Don't be afraid. Leave me alone. Emily? You're just another monster! Emily just vanished one day. Most people lost hope after a few weeks. They just stopped looking. But I'm not giving up. I need to find her. I have to. Come here. Emily? Don't be afraid. Leave me alone. Emily? You're just another monster! Emily just vanished one day. Most people lost hope after a few weeks. They just stopped looking. But I'm not giving up. I need to find her. I have to. Come here. Emily? Don't be afraid. Leave me alone. Emily? You're just another monster! Emily just vanished one day. Most people lost hope after a few weeks. They just stopped looking. But I'm not giving up. I need to find her.
Greetings and salutations all, and welcome back to Invisible the Non-Existent Let's Play the Project. I am your host, Invisible the Non-Existent, hidden from your eyes to the sets of your hearts. And this shall be the continuation of Project Let's Play Gylt, the PC. Game that was originally released on Google Stadia, until obviously their servers officially shut down. Last time we managed finally to reach the point of no return officially, and today hopefully we will be starting our end game portion. Yeah, it's official. We are reaching the end game. How long will it take? I'm not sure. Not sure now. And happened since this game uses the multi-scenario. So in that case, I have already prepared the save game file open in case we needed to take ourselves backup and then experience all the 3 endings after each other so that the game doesn't quickly to save by our choice. Before we start, I'd like to play peace be upon all of my subscribers and communities, fans and friends, everyone from the beasts of the Art Empire Discord server, 3 YouTube friends by name. Peace be upon Thunderstruck Gaming, Be It Zona Gaming, Slows, Marcus, Madagaskar 71, Mark ICWY, Rugijat Kerotan, Cryfield, ZBTV13, Matthew 1131, Sagada Kalai, President Darfran, Muscle Van Gaming, Suppress White, Star Fan 28, Sawa underscore we underscore. That now being outside of the way, please give me. Expected as much. My Bluetooth earphones officially out of battery. Anyway, aside. And let's start the game's official final act. See what happens and how will we save it. Yeah, it's saved for us. The entire progression is 100% finished. I'm here.
Are you ready, Sally?
I think I am. But why don't you come with me?
I wish I could, but I can't. I'm not as strong as I used to be. I need to rest. When you find Emily, I'll need all the strength I have to bring you back.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
You could say that. Okay, now I'm going to open the door to the mine for you. When you find Emily, I'll open another door so you can come back. Once you both resurface, run to the cable car. It's the only way to escape this wretched place. Now, pay attention. This is extremely important. You must give your ticket to Emily. Otherwise, the cable car won't run. Do you understand?
I think so.
Good. When you're ready, open that door. And Sally?
Yeah?
Take care. You're doing so well.
Thanks.
And have just waited until the cutscene finished to move stuff around. Kadari. It's okay, this is the second time for us to watch this cutscene after all. Last time was 2 videos ago. It's okay, you're really okay, it's okay. So far so good. Get ready now.
Emily.
Just updating my Firefox browser
Most
screen.
people lost hope after a few
Making
weeks.
sure
They just
the browser is
stopped
taking
looking.
the correct information. Let's do it. Let's go. Find Emily and leave this place for good. This place is worse than I thought. It feels like being underground. It's going to stay here a minute longer than necessary. I know it's down here, and this time I won't let anything take her away. This time you don't need to be thorough anymore, since you already have all the tables. Still, for me, I'd rather be thorough so I can study the interface here. Now that we're today starting very early on, but come on, I'd like to finish this quickly. I've been playing this game for quite a time now. It's nice. Very much relatable. Everything was sent. So normal. So I remember in my childhood when I used to think that it's when they never end. Well, technically that's true since the online games are never ending. But never-ending games get boring very easily. That's why I prefer story-rich So that place is completely Hi. Go ahead.
You think you are invincible.
That wasn't expected at all, but at least we survived it. I could destroy you instantly, by the way. 2 crow heads. 2 batteries there and there. Good. Am I going to kill them? If they annoy me too much, maybe. The game itself is to finish them off quickly. Since the crowheads can be destroyed quickly and they move too much, the stationary one, because it's not really a, for now. I've heard for now 2 batteries to recharge. I get that all when enemies have the power to teleport everywhere. So we're not allowed to. Because you're human, obviously. Let's go recharge. One attack, it's all I can. No. Not everyone. Turn up that. Where are they both?
This will come in handy.
More?
Sweet.
Full battery. I think we're supposed to go to that ladder. How? Is the question. Let's make our path to that shed. It's not ellipse. Since they were for some reason. Okay. Solar panel, and what else? This one will activate the generator. Generator will do something else. Elevator. Hi. So this is actually a transportation system then. Good.
It's okay, Sally. Just don't look down.
I'm okay. I have acrophobia. Fear of heights. What now? How do I make that thing? Oh, this is a pistol. Like, good. And descend. Present. Find the shortcut. Okay, what's this? Nothing? Nothing. So it opened for me if I wanted to take some more recovery items. It's okay. Let's go. We explored the entire area there. Good. Keep going. Hi. Done? Move it. 1 minute, I'd like to have my phone feedback to be in 720. With 720 p 60 frames per second, good. Yes, this is my default setup as is. My screen is 144 hertz. My screen is full HD, 1080. I don't use 4K or 12K or whatever K. Yes, my laptop is kind of a little bit Helios Predator 2019. I bought it by the end of 2019 and the start of 2020. So yeah, even though it is really decent and really good, it's kind of old, but I don't care. As long as it's functional, that's all I care about.
No, please! Come on, give it back! Fine, take it. Not enough.
Oh, brother. No more light, no more flash. More light, no more flash. We can still fit them. For now. It's bad. Am I going to have to be forced to increase my gamma to the maximum? The game needed the flashlight because everywhere was too dark. By design. Which means now supposedly the entire game should be lighter on the darkness. I'm not sure. What's this? Huh? Huh? Oh. Oh. Huh? Okay. I'm going to be playing with the mining carts. No? Okay. Thank You really had to drop your flashlight from your hand, Sally. You really had to. Because now we can't kill any enemies and we can't stun them either. You better get some sodas to distract them. Can only freeze them. Electrical puzzle. Now we have two of them. One here, one here. So we need to make them both same time. Done. And now we can press this. The minecart now is available and also a crowhead arrived. My days is not going to be easy. Okay, so far the quality is quite good. So let's just keep on moving. Slowly but surely, slowly but surely. Nope. You heard me, but you didn't see me. So ignore me. That's worth your time. Leave me. Let's take this and... Shh. Very, very quiet. To gain anyone's attention at all. Until the crowhead goes away. It's now a pull, not a push. Wait a little bit more. Away. Ignore me. Ignore. I am nothing that you would care about at all. Good work. You listen to logic and sense. I'm grateful for that. Keep ignoring me, please. I'm not worth your time at all. At least we have now our path open. Good. No problem at all. So far, the entire section here was completely perfect. Good. Very quiet still. I have no idea how many enemies there are here. Since this game tends to like to autosave whenever I make any progress, slightly I'll have to pause it and quit once we finish the game itself, since I'd like to show you all the endings, which means if the game autosaves the moment I pick an ending, I am not going to repeat the entire game to show you the other endings. I will just have to archive the saved game, then overwrite it. Most likely.
But I'm not giving up. I need to find her. I have to.
Okay.
Emily? Don't be afraid.
function.
You're just another monster!
Function. We're not offline yet.
Emily
Okay,
just
good.
vanished one day. Most people lost hope after a few
My
weeks.
kilobytes per second are
just
dropping
stopped
crazily,
working.
and my frames are also dropping.
I'm
Internet
not
connection
giving up.
is very
I
weak for
need
some
to
reason.
find her.
I don't
I
want to
have
stop
to.
this stream right now. We barely started.
Come here.
Let me go check for a moment.
Emily? Don't be afraid. Leave me alone. Emily? You're just another monster! Emily just vanished one day. Most people lost hope after a few weeks. They just stopped looking. But I'm not giving up. I need to find her. I have to. Come here. Emily? Don't be afraid. Leave me alone. Emily? Emily just vanished one day. Most people lost hope after a few weeks. They just stopped looking. But I'm not giving up. I need to find her. I have to. Come here. Emily? Don't be afraid. Leave me alone. Emily? You're just another monster!
Okay, I think I took control over the problem, at least for now.
Emily
Okay.
just vanished one day. Most people lost hope after.
So basically, somebody happened to move the router's power wire a little bit outside of its socket. That's why my received and sent kilobytes per second were dropping madly. The game is alright, nothing happened at all, and I just now regained control. I didn't want this to happen at all while playing the game itself, or while watching the ending itself. That would have been a crisis. At least right now, Sally waited a little bit. While crouching, and I managed to fix the problem, hopefully, for now. This place is huge!
There she is! I'm almost there.
Emily, hang on! I'm coming!
He stays there, she'll turn into a stone person. Okay.
Emily, I thought you were sad because you missed your old friends.
I can't see a thing because we don't have a flashlight now.
Emily, were you really suffering that much? Is that the reason you ended up here?
Do you think the young lady? Danger mind gas. Let's take it easy. Hi! Let me guess again with the fire extinguisher. What filled right now was my wet wipes holder. Sorry about that. Might as well just put it aside. I had one in the front of me all the time because I still have some symptoms of the common cold. Thank you for moving away. Thing is, can we walk and move as we wish? No. Okay, now what? Yeah, she came here because she thought she was alone throughout her entire life, and even the only person who she could ever believe in betrayed her. Life wasn't easy at all. Another is yours, but at the same time, you had to learn with time. Why is there a soda dispenser here? Am I going to use it? Just in case. Soda dispenser, just in case. Obviously, yeah, we'll have to use it against this thing here. The bottom. Where?
Yes!
If you wish to help me, then die.
Trust me.
Why is it held in there?
I never made fun of Emily. But I didn't do anything to stop it. I looked for her every day after she disappeared. I should have helped her before that. I need to find her. To tell her I'm sorry.
Apologizing right now, Sally's too with it. Sound is good. Quickly testing the sound. Clear, good, and understandable. Move on. No need for battles anymore, we only need the inhalers. Okay, the extinguisher. Good work. And work. Ouch. Done. Keep on going. This. What is this place? Looks like the lookers for the miners. Maybe. Valve. Oh. Anything here that I'd like to avoid? Can't see a thing. Hi.
Nothing. Nothing.
Strange. Okay, so that one. The power puzzle. So we have now 3 cells to reach the path with. To connect to power. Huh. Okay. Huh. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Kill. Look out.
Nothing.
On the generator. Good. So why am I doing all of this? Huh? Oh, oh, the cart, one cart. Oh. You really had to. You really had to. Go. These things almost sound like the skimming mannequins. Just keep moving. Keep moving. 3. Good. Now we have the wait here. Good. Done. Next. For here is good. Think here good. Okay. See anything above? Let's go climb.
Emily, I won't let you suffer anymore.
How are you going to help her? Exactly.
Almost there, Emily. Just wait for me.
You can be a better cousin, but the world will keep bullying her non-stop. Hi.
You can trust me.
So either you take the stealth approach, a freeze combat approach. Let's take the stealth approach.
Let me. Are you there?
Am I supposed to freeze that one this time?
Love you. Don't hide. You can trust me. Let me.
I'm ready. Easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Hey, I need that! I was so close. Ugh, I'll just find another way.
So now we are as poor as we started the game. No light weapons and no extinguisher. The game returned back being pure stealth. Be silent all the time. Just the pure stealth. We don't have any weapons at all. Only thing we have is our inhaler and our stealth. Nothing more than this. We need to be extra careful. We can't freeze anything. We can't fight anything. Be exceptionally quiet and be exceptionally cautious. I literally mean it. We are completely now powerless. Completely powerless. Just take care of yourself. And stay quiet and hidden. If you truly wish to help me, you will leave me alone.
You can trust me.
I can't trust that you will leave me be. Not sure. Anywhere without enemies spoke too soon. Don't forget, we don't have any weapons. We can't freeze them. Either this way or somewhere else. But where is the question?
Come here.
See me, don't see me, see me.
You can trust me.
Good.
I love you.
Internet here. You can't even see how I'm moving. Gamma setting is too dark. Just like this. Is this now visible for you? Without the flashlight now, gamma setting is against us working. It's the quality control. Go back to 720. Maybe this is the reason why, because it was at previously at. So, anyway, we'll continue on the game with this setting right now.
Don't hide.
No. 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 Ow. Made it. Just barely. Just barely.
Emily? Please. Help me. Of course I will.
Run, Emily, run!
Escape. That thing is after us. We have to find a way out. And this time, your camera view is from its mouth. This is the true 2D, second person view. You will have now to control Sally and escape while looking at yourself from someone else's perspective.
Run, Emily, run!
I think Emil should be able to help us. Come on. Just follow Emily. Follow Emily. Careful, just follow Emily. Stop, don't stop. Stop. Emily is showing us the path. Come on. Come on. Just follow her. I take it that was the mountain's body. The mountain creature's body.
The cable car! Quick, Emily! There's no time!
When you arrived here, Sally, you left the door open. And only one can go back through it. You know the rules, Sally. No passenger can ride without a ticket.
What? No! After all we've been through, only one of us can leave?
Sally, you know why you're here. Give Emily your ticket. Make things right. Hurry up.
Only one of us can use this ticket. What do I do?
Make a decision. This is the game's final act. That's it. This is where you choose the ending. If you were to choose any percentage gaming, you will get either.
If I take the cable car, Emily has to stay here. If I give Emily the ticket, then I'll be trapped.
Okay, at this very moment here, I'm going to stop the game. Why? because it's about time I made a backup file. I am not risking it. One moment, please. Quickly go to the game save. No, first and foremost, quit the game itself.
Most people
Quit the
lost
game.
hope after a few weeks.
And now click
just
continue to see
stopped
where it
working.
continues from.
But I'm not.
I quit the game. The game continues from this very spot.
The cable car! Quick, Emily!
So if I quit the game here, it instantly comes back to the ending area. Very, very good. Okay, now be right back here. Go to the exit the game itself. Exit the game, yeah. Otherwise, I can't do this.
People lost hope
Now
after a
go
few
back
weeks.
to my saved files
Stopped looking.
location.
But I'm not giving up.
As per usual,
need to
the
find
mobile
her.
phone reception is a little
I
bit
have to.
later. For me, the game save file is located at this PC. C# users, my account, app data, local, Gylt. If you have your game saved anywhere else, you need to go there. Now go to Gylt and you'll see the saved data. I'll try to click it here and choose
You're just
add to
another
archive.
monster!
Like this now, I have officially made an image for the saved game, just in case. Good, just in case. Now go back to the game's official file.
Emily just vanished one day. Most people lost
Here.
hope after a few weeks. They
Okay,
just
back here.
stopped looking.
Good. Go back to the game's official file
But I'm not
here
giving up. I need to find her.
and relaunch it.
Come here.
Good. Now I have officially made myself a quick backup of the official game file in case the game decided to stupidly autosave my choice. Just in case. Don't forget, we have the game 100% finished. I'm going to show you all the endings. Okay? Ending number 1. Press continue. And go back to the cutscene. Skip.
The cable car! Quick, Emily!
Okay, yeah. Now, this is what you've got to do next. If you wish to choose the bad ending, okay? Bad ending, here we go. You click A.
If I take the cable car, Emily has to stay here.
This is the bad ending.
What's that? Sally, may I see that ticket?
I can give the ticket to him, but I don't know what he'll do. If I give Emily the ticket, then I'll be trapped. If I take the cable car, Emily has to stay here.
So the guy wishes to see the ticket in our hand. For now, this is the ending number 1, the bad ending.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you went missing, but it wasn't my fault. Everything was fine, but after what happened to you, everyone blamed me. They hated me. I guess I wanted to find you so people would forgive me. But I can't do this. It's too much. I just can't stay here. I'm sorry.
Okay, now exit here. Let me choose the other endings if possible. Or continue. Thanks God, the game is not sadistic as much as I thought.
The cable car!
The game is not as sadistic as I thought it was. Good. Press D.
If I give Emily the ticket, then I'll be trapped.
This is the good ending.
What's that? Sally, may I see that ticket?
I can give the ticket to him, but I don't know what he'll do. If I give Emily the ticket, then I'll be trapped.
Okay, so
If I take the cable car, Emily has to stay here.
this is bad ending.
If I give Emily the ticket, then I'll be trapped.
This is the good ending.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Emily, for everything. I should have been there for you from the beginning. I left you alone. I didn't even know what you were going through. When you went missing, I needed to find you because I couldn't forgive myself. But I won't leave you alone here.
No! Sally! You don't have to do this, please!
I wish I'd been a better cousin. I love you.
She's 11? Okay, now quit here. So Sally is 11. Now I read her name. Go back to continue. Skip the cutscene, the last one. Now, press the S, double D.
If I give Emily the ticket, then I'll be trapped.
What's that? Sally, may I see that ticket?
I can give the ticket to him, but I don't know what he'll do.
Okay, so you can't choose the cable car caretaker unless you choose
If I
A.
give Emily the ticket, then I'll be trapped. If I
You need to
take
pick
the
up
cable car,
a choice.
Emily has
Press
to
E
stay
once.
here.
Okay?
If I give Emily the ticket, then I'll be trapped. I can give the ticket to him, but I don't know what he'll do.
This option is only available if you have 10 fragments. You must have 100% finish. This is not an any percent finish. You must. This is not an option. This is an obligation. You must. God. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27. The blood quartz radar, the first ticket, and 10 ticket fragments. If you don't have this condition, this option is impossible. What am I doing? Trying to just relive the moments from last time. Because once you have unlocked everything about the past and what happened in it, it's now time for you to pick the true ending. This is the sixth ending, the 100% finish ending. Enjoy it.
What's that you've got there, Sally? Where did you find this? This material is not from here. It's from the outside. But this world has changed it. Made it into something entirely new. I think I can do something with this. Here. Take Emily and leave this place together. Thank you. Now go. Hurry up. Go.
Sally,
Yes.
I was so mad at you. I'm so scared and alone.
Emily, I'm so sorry for what I did to you. If I just...
It's okay. You saved me. Thank you.
Game over. Officially game over. Killer works. Yeah. This is an original idea by Gylt Let. Told you, I think this game really is an indie game. Because the cast and the story itself are very short and nice. It doesn't stay over its welcome at all. We defeated it. Guilt is done. Greetings and salutations, George Autograph Scotta. Hi. Yeah, we defeated Guilt. Defeated Guilt 100%. And you watched all the endings. No exceptions. This project is officially done. So what are my final Okay, with gratitude too, good. So what are my final thoughts about this game? Honestly, everything is great. Everything is great. I didn't feel bothered with it even once. The flow effect, the immersion, everything. I hate horror games, and this game is beautiful, even though it's technically thriller horror survival. So what's my final score for it? My final score for Guilt, from character development to storytelling to gameplay elements to enemies artificial intelligence AI to collectathons to map size, playtime, everything. This game, Guilt, from a casual gamer, takes a full 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5. Yes, full score. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. All the endings are satisfying. Is it worth playing? It is worth playing, and at least worth replaying 3 times. If you wish to change your style of playing, could go for any percentage game through and ignore the collectathons to get either good or bad endings. You could kill every single enemy in the game or ignore them all. Pacifist run, genocide run, or as I did, a neutral run, as you wish. 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5. Would recommend without a single thought. Game over. We're done. Back to canvas. No, I'm done. So what now? Now I'll just turn this from to be continued to the end. I thought about maybe going to give you some more ideas about what's going on. So that your final part. Let me see here, because I already prepared for you a number of stuff here. And it's already just 1 hour. It's nonsensical for me to end the game as is right now. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do is the following. I'm going to show you a little game. Not game, bro. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you right now. This one. A custom video named Gylt Explained. This video will be the final thing I'll add to this video right now, because you need to understand the story altogether in order to understand what exactly is going on with it. What happened, all what we did. So here. The gaming Harry. One moment so I can give this user the proper credits. Be right back, one moment.
Emily
Okay, open
just vanished one
the minute channel.
Most people lost hope after a
Go
few
my
weeks.
to my live stream.
They just
Here.
stopped looking.
Edit description. Add
I'm not
the source.
I need to find her.
Name of the
I
game
have
of the channel is Gaming Harry.
Here.
We're not done yet. Here, credits to
Emily,
Gaming Harry.
don't be afraid.
Copy the channel's URL. Place it in the description.
Leave me alone.
And go back to the video itself
Emily,
and add its URL
you're just another
also
monster.
to the stream's description here. Good. Good. Okay, now final movement would be here. Go back to gameplay scene. Good. Now give me Gaming Harry here, the name of the channel. If I could put it too much, please. Here, good. Go to the credits here. Edit this to the original source. No. Gaming Harry, and the URL for the rabbit. I think I need to give also. Okay, one moment. Hold it. This one I need to give the. I need to give the URL for the video itself, where it can be found. Here you go. Good. There's a source here. Good. Now, what is wrong with you here? Okay, take it easy. Go up, up. Something like this is good enough. Yeah, good, but the thing is the size of the text is too big. Go to here. Credits, yeah. Properties. Okay, original source, good. This one here. I need text size. Text size, what is size? Top left. Maybe because I pressed enter on it. Here, like something like this should be good. Now we just need to a little bit about toy a little bit with text good. Here you go. Credits where credits are due. Now let's watch the final video that will explain to us everything about Gylt to finish officially this project. Okay, hey, give me the theater mode, or maybe even better, the full screen mode. Anyway, maybe refresh this page here. and to full screen mode. Guilt Explained. Enjoy it.
In this video, we'll be looking at a recently released game that dropped on almost all platforms earlier this month, a game called Gylt. But this isn't a new game, it was in fact a Google Stadia exclusive until the platform was shut down earlier this year due to, no one really using it. Gylt was probably the most kid-friendly horror game I've ever played. It's essentially Alan Wake, but way less scary. Despite that, the message for the game was pretty deep and meaningful, and carried a very important message within it in regard to bullying and depression, as well as dealing with loss. It had a good amount of puzzles and was around 4 to 5 hours in length. The story did, however, become very confusing when it came to diving deeper into the game's lore, as you'll see later in the video. Now, before we begin, please be aware that this video will contain spoilers for Gylt. If you want to play the game for yourself and don't want to know the story, then I'm not sure why you're here, but you have been warned. Let's begin. 11-year-old.
One moment, please. Sorry. I need to mute my own OBS here. My own voice.
If you want to play the game for yourself and don't want to know the story, then I'm not sure why you're here, but you have been warned. Let's begin. 11-year-old Sally Kaufman is posting missing persons flyers in her town, the small mining town of Bethelwood in Maine. The missing person in question is 7-year-old Emily Kaufman, Sally's cousin, who has been missing for a month. It appears that Emily, one day, literally just vanished. According to Sally, people lost hope and stopped looking for Emily after a few weeks. A few hours later, Sally is out of the town and up on the mountain. It's fairly late, so she decides to go home. She hops onto her bike and starts to ride down the mountain, but she is spotted by a group of bullies who chase her, and she ends up crashing her bike after colliding with a railing and falls down a hill. Her bike is damaged, so Sally needs to find a way back to the town and back home. She moves forward, still hiding from the bullies, and spots a sign for a cable car, which used to connect Bethelwood to a factory in the mountains which was itself run by Tom Mining Solutions, and which provided the town the vast majority of its jobs. Approaching the ticket booth, she speaks to the attendant, and the old man says although the cable car is now closed, he will let her descend the mountain, but that she needs a ticket in order to do so. A nearby ticket machine already has a rough-looking ticket which looks like it's made out of dirt, sticking out of the slot, so Sally takes it, pleased that she'll receive a free ride on the cable car. Result. But when she returns to the cable car, Sally finds the old man is gone. He's disappeared. Nonetheless, Sally enters the cable car and it descends down the mountain. But on its journey, the cable car momentarily stops and passes through a strange-looking magnetic field. Sally arrives at the bottom. It's strange as the cable car breaks down and all the light at the cable car station shut off too. Not to worry though, as Sally finds a conveniently placed flashlight on the ground. Continuing down a path and climbing a fence, Sally arrives in the town, but it's different to how she remembers. It's seemingly abandoned, and not only that, it's partially destroyed too, as if it was hit by an earthquake. Coming to her school, Sally spots Emily. She's alive and is inside the school, but she seems scared, holding her teddy bear closely. Sally is confused to think that her cousin has been hiding at school the entire time, and then Emily runs off. The doors to the school are locked, naturally, so Sally imagines there will probably be a key in the school janitor's office. She goes into the office and the key is indeed there, but Sally is interrupted by something. It's not the janitor, but is something else entirely, an entity called a stranger, which appears to be searching for something or someone. Sally manages to avoid more of them in the courtyard and gains entry to the school. In search of Emily, Sally finds strange eye entities named observers blocking a door that she needs to get through. So she heads to the different classrooms and offices in order to try and find a way through. She finds more observers in the classrooms, and after evading more strangers, eventually Sally finds a way into Emily's classroom. Sally was hoping to find either her or even clues as to her whereabouts, but there's no trace of Emily there. The board, however, has abusive messages written on it. More investigation and sneaking leads Sally through the biology labs and into a vent where she stumbles upon a room where Emily has obviously been staying. She finds her old flashlight, a powerful upgrade to the one she found at the cable car station. It was a flashlight that she gifted to Emily a long time ago. The flashlight in question allows Sally to shine a more powerful, concentrated beam at certain objects. She discovers that she can use it to defeat the strangers, and she also uses it to blast away the eye entities blocking the double doors to the second floor stairs. Of course, the stairs are blocked off, so Sally now has to find another way up to the second floor to where she saw Emily. Heading for the school cafeteria, Sally opens the doors but is almost caught by a fire beast. She sneaks through the cafeteria and heads outside in the hope that she'll be able to find some help. She spots a fire truck and a ladder which could reach to the second floor. Exiting the school gates, Sally is approached by the strange old man from the cable car ticket booth. She asks the man who he is, and he tells Sally that she must find Emily and that she is the key to ending this nightmare. Then, the man disappears as fast as he appeared. No one else seems to be around at all in the town, only more strangers, and now different types of strangers, ones that resemble birds and who can teleport. Sally eventually reaches the fire truck after evading more strangers, but the fire truck needs a battery as it appears that something took it to the nearby arcade. Sally gets there and there are more strangers inside. She heads to the second floor of the arcade, but it's clear that she's being stalked by something. But nonetheless, she finds the battery she needs. The spider-like entity that has been stalking Sally makes an appearance. It uses a bright light on its face as a searchlight in order to try and spot her, but after a dangerous game of cat and mouse, Sally makes it out of the arcade and back out onto the street. With her battery, Sally uses it on the fire truck. Sally then gains access to the second floor of the school, but she is still being stalked. In the classroom, Sally is kind of spooked to find a doll that strangely looks exactly like her. Moving through the second floor, which looks very different to the school she remembers, Sally once again sees Emily. She finds yet another area where Emily appears to have been staying and sleeping. Another classroom contains walls covered in missing persons posters, but with the faces scrubbed out along with a depiction of the fire monster Sally encountered earlier on. But a little while later, Sally makes it to the landing by the staircase. Sally pushes forward and finds Emily's teddy bear. The door, though, is locked again, so naturally Sally has to find the key. Making her way around the second floor and avoiding hazards, Sally completes a strange light puzzle and obtains the key for room 202. Inside room 202, though, she sees Emily has left the building, and it gets worse, as she's actively being pursued by the spider entity from the arcade. Sally needs to help her. As she is banging on the window, though, the fire beast appears, smashing through the floor, leading to a tense face-off in the science labs. Given its nature, its elemental weakness is good old H2O, and Sally uses it to stun the beast into revealing a weak spot which she blasts with her powerful flashlight. The beast is eventually defeated and retreats. Remembering that Emily is in danger, Sally leaves that building and heads to the school's auditorium. Entering the auditorium building, Sally hears Emily screaming, and after gaining entry into the actual theatre with a key, Sally sees Emily, who has been caught by the spider entity and is being forced to watch something on the screen. It appears to show Emily having been bullied, and the cruel entity is forcing her to relive the bullying. Sally turns off each of the projectors that the creature is using, and it leads to the creature being electrocuted and killed after the machine behind it explodes. Emily is released, but she screams at Sally to leave her alone, and once again in totally non-predictable fashion, she runs off, telling Sally not to follow her. Then, Sally has no choice but to run after Emily, as loads of angry and scary dolls that resemble Sally bash the doors to the theatre open, giving chase. Sally manages to give them all the slip by escaping the auditorium. She is now in the arts centre, which she needs to pass through. Again, she remarks that the centre seems very different than she remembers. Whilst there, she finds a special kind of door, which is missing a piece. A yellow canary, which she sees suspended in the air. She's not alone during her time in the arts centre, as she's now being hunted and has to avoid the creepy dolls. She finds a small fire extinguisher, which not only helps her extinguish various fires and flaming eye entities in the school, but also helps her freeze the creepy dolls. Despite the opposition trying to stop her from reaching her goal, Sally manages to get hold of the canary and exits the art centre. Sally speaks with Emily once again.
Emily, are you okay? How did you get up there? Don't pretend like you care! After what you did to me? You're just another monster! What are you talking about? Oh no! Emily, run! Run! Hide in the gym! Go to the roof, you hear me? Quick, I'll meet you there! What's happening? Why did she call me a monster? I've got to hurry.
So the gym is the next stop. Needing to get to the roof, Sally finds that a door she needs to get through in order to do so is locked, and she needs 3 keys in order to open it. She enters into the gym's basketball court, which bizarrely seems to be some sort of prison now, with a large ladder leading to the roof, but that can only be accessed from the floor below. Sally spots security monitors, all featuring the Tom logo on the screen. In pursuit of one of the keys, Sally ends up in a tunnel underneath the gym and enters into a very large basement area. It's part of the old Tom mine. She doesn't have peace and quiet for very long though, as the fire beast is around. Anyway, Sally finds the 3 keys that she needs in order to get through the large door and unlocks it. It leads to the underground mining area. Before she can get to the ladder though, the fire beast swings by and says hello, and once again the two fight one another. Sally again uses water to defeat the monstrosity and climbs the ladder up to the roof. Emily is sat in relative safety, away from pursuing dolls, and she's with the old man.
But this is what you wanted.
Not her. She was mean to me like the others.
But I...
Emily, I found you. Are you okay? Oh, you're not hurt, are you? Leave me. Why are you saying this? You left me. I was new at school. Everyone was picking on me. And you're my cousin. And you turned your back on me. That's not true. You're worse than them. You made me think we were friends. Let's go home. And we can home? Look around, Sally. Does it look like home to you? We're trapped here. There's nothing we can do. It won't let us. It just won't. Please,
No. You are supposed to help her.
What? Why me? I've tried so hard. No one's trying to help me.
It will be okay. Perhaps we can still do something. I know where they'll take her. Down to the mine, so we can't reach her. I can't go there. But I can help you get in. There's still a chance for you to make things right, Sally.
And then what? She's right. The town is doomed. We're doomed.
Come, Sally. You need to see something.
What is that? Is that Bethelwood? But if that's... then where am I? What is this place?
Emily was right. This isn't your home. It's somewhere else entirely. But there's still hope. The cable car will take you away from this place for good. But you need to find your cousin first.
I don't understand. How do you know all this? Do you know Emily? What exactly are you?
I'm a friend. I've been helping Emily way before you arrived. And now I need your help to bring her back home. You have to rescue Emily from the mine. I'll take care of the rest.
Okay. I'll do it.
Meet me at the school entrance. Take your time and be prepared. You won't be able to come back from the mine until you find Emily. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Sally heads to the entrance of the school and speaks with the old man again. He tells her that he'd go with her to the mine, but that he cannot as he is not strong anymore. He says he needs all of his strength to be able to bring them back. He tells Sally the plan of action, that when he brings them back, they need to run to the cable car. Not only that, Sally must give her cable car ticket to Emily, otherwise the cable car will not run. The old man then opens up a green portal and then disappears. Sally walks into the portal and out of the school into an even more twisted underground version of the town. Of course, there are hostile entities everywhere, but Sally evades them. But then she comes up against the tall, grotesque creature that took Emily. It takes her flashlight and crushes it, leaving Sally without her much-needed light source. A little further on, Sally spots Emily, making her way round to her. Sally speaks with her.
Please. Help me.
Of course I will.
The two then make a mad dash trying to evade the creature. They manage to evade it and make it back to the portal which takes them to the cable car. Okay, so the point of the game has arrived where 3 possible outcomes or endings can occur. The old man sits at the cable car station and he says that only one of them can go back via the cable car as they only have 1 ticket. In the first ending, Sally can follow the old man's prior instructions, and due to her guilt in not defending her cousin, she gives the ticket to Emily, pushing her onto the cable car and staying there in that strange dark world. As Emily leaves, the entire world along with the old man and Sally fade away, and as a result Sally is now missing back in the real world. In the second ending, Sally can selfishly use the ticket for herself, choosing to leave Emily there in the dark world. She tearfully apologizes to Emily, saying that after she went missing, everyone blamed her and hated her. She says that she wanted to find her so that people would forgive her. She then leaves. Sally then goes back to placing missing posters in the town. And the third and final ending requires a little more preparation. In the game, Sally would come across strange stone people known as inhabitants. These were former workers at Tom. They have an interesting story, but we'll look at them shortly. Anyway, freeing all 10 of these inhabitants would provide Sally with 1 scrap towards a full cable car ticket. Upon arriving with Emily at the cable car station, the old man spots the ticket fragments and he uses them to make 1 full ticket. With 1 ticket each, Sally and Emily are able to leave the dark world and return to their real town, whilst the old man holding Sally's teddy bear simply fades away. The game then ends. Alright, so that's the basic explanation of the plot, but we still have a bit to explore here before we can fully understand what happened and exactly why Sally and Emily ended up in a strange, darker version of their own town. The game dropped story breadcrumbs throughout in the form of diary entries. However, the documents in regards to the miners were terrible for trying to build a picture of what happened and when, because there were no dates attached to the documents, so a little bit of a deep dive into the documents was necessary. But here we go. The coal mine itself was the pride of Bethelwood, so much so that the town's mascot was a yellow canary. The canaries were used in the mines to detect gas leaks, which would of course protect the employees from danger and from harm. The mine was one day acquired by a large corporation known as Tom Mining Solutions, which as a result of its resources managed to provide lots of jobs for the townsfolk in its factory. Bethelwood, due to this, prospered. At some point in time though, Tom became aware of the natives' legend of the mountain. One of the darkest stories was that the mountain was quite literally hungry, that it feeds upon fear. So the mountain created a carnival of fears made to trap broken people there and torment them with reminders of their anguish. The broken person would then become a part of the mountain, and their life essence would be gradually extracted from them, and that itself would take the form of a red stone. The person would then, very slowly, begin to turn to stone themselves. The red stone itself was described as almost like a bloodstone which glowed. It was considered to have a devilish vibe, so it was definitely evil. Tom and the miners considered it as a tainted present from ancient and forgotten gods, and they would call it red quartz as a way to disguise it as just a valuable mineral rather than the otherworldly artifact that it actually was. The legend of the mountain was a curse. Tom wanted to look for secrets of the mountain and sent the miners down to dig not for coal, but in order to find the red quartz rocks. Slowly but surely, the miners began to breathe the darkness in the mountain and slowly lost themselves. They became empty and depressed. Workers expressed their hatred for Tom as a company, along with their policies and their psychological tests. This miner mentions that he's sitting on his couch and can hear monsters outside clawing at the windows. The man is holding a strange piece of a ticket and mentions a man with green eyes. Essentially, in the 1930s, 3 miners went missing whilst working at the mines, all of them complaining of depression and that they hated the company, the mine, and life itself. So in order to run away from the disappearance of the miners, Tom caused an accident at the mine, claiming more lives, and from what I can tell from the information in the documents at least, it caused a landslide which destroyed the entire town. The town of Bethelwood was evacuated, and it was here that Tom outlined what would happen next. When it came to the Tom Corporation, well, they weren't going to give up on the secrets of the mountain that easily. They essentially rebuilt the entire town of Bethelwood and moved it to the other side of the valley, and then moved all the residents to the new town. The residents effectively got new houses, so most of the town were elated and celebrating. The townsfolk settled in the new town, and then Tom reopened the mine as if nothing had happened and continued looking for the red quartz. On the side note, the cable car that Sally took down was actually the old cable car. As you can see the new cable car station in the distance. That cable car station would have probably taken Sally to the new town. It didn't take long for things to go wrong again. The miners were again experiencing depression due to what they were doing down in the mine. Tom, again, wanted to avoid lawsuits, so they hired psychiatrists to the point where Tom had a large number of people working in their healthcare department, as that many miners were being affected by the curse that resided upon the mountain. Eventually, with the situation becoming ever more out of hand again, Tom turned to a prominent psychiatrist who was coming to the end of a very long and successful career in treating workers suffering from mining-related trauma. Tom offered the psychiatrist a huge salary to work exclusively for them at the coal mine in Bethelwood. His idea was that he could potentially retire there in the town. When he got there, it was much, much worse than he had anticipated. And at first, he was flabbergasted by the amount of people working in the mine's health department, 12 people. But the psychiatrist would later convey his thoughts that 12 staff wasn't nearly enough to deal with what was happening. He discovered quickly what was happening to the miners. They were broken men, and their minds were being shattered, and they became severely depressed. One miner spoke about finding himself in what seemed to be a completely different place, that he can see monsters running around. He mentions that he's trapped in a hellish, bizarre nightmare, and there is ash everywhere. He too speaks about having a piece of ticket on him. Another miner spoke of having itchy skin. His skin was burning, red, and falling off. He was seeing the nurses, but left and tried to find the nurses again later on, but they were nowhere to be found, and the place was completely deserted. The man then mentions monsters, along with seeing and being accompanied by his old dog Cooper. But that bizarrely Cooper, who had strange glowing green eyes, died when the man was 7 years old. Then the man would eventually turn into this. Another worker, the prominent psychiatrist, would also go missing, and another. One miner even suggested how Tom was able to afford to rebuild the entire town, and the miners suspected that the government may even be involved due to the possibilities that the stones could reward them with. Another of the miners in particular knew exactly what was going on. At first, he wanted to know more about what they'd found, but then he became more and more unsettled by it when he discovered the source of the red quartz, which was of course the essence of inhabitants of the town, lost and now belonging to the mountain. He tried to talk to his colleagues and superiors about what was happening, but no one would listen to him or take him seriously. It all came to a head one day when this mining employee was considered to be going mad because of his age, so the Tom Corporation simply fired him. The man, desperate not only to get through to people but to prevent this getting worse, started a fire in the mine. This fire claimed the lives of 7 workers. The man stated that it was a small price to pay. All of the miners that went missing ended up in a Silent Hill-esque parallel dimension, a version of the town molded by the psyche and the fears and torment of everyone who ended up there. One miner describes the mine as a fly trap, ensnaring people inside it one by one, transforming the surroundings as a result of their own perception. It's not really clear as to what the exact moment is when a person finds themselves suddenly inside this alternative world, but it seems that underneath the statue in the school's yard there's an object that may be the beating heart of the mountain and its curse. These documents, while serving a purpose in telling us what the miners were experiencing, what they went through and their transformation into the inhabitants, didn't do a very good job in telling the player when all of this happened. But anyway, what we were able to get from the documents was that the miners were working on obtaining red quartz, became affected by the curse of the mountain, became depressed and ended up finding themselves inside a parallel twisted world. All, if not most of the miners, reported seeing a ghostly type of person sporting green glowing eyes, which tended to resemble a loved one, who all gave them advice on how to escape that place. But of course none of them did, as they all turned to stone, being known as inhabitants, and they would all have on them a piece of ticket which, if Sally would free them all using the red quartz stones, would help her to escape with Emily at the end of the game. Alright, that's it for this hella confusing section. I'm going to gladly move on. Thankfully, Emily's documents that she left around the school were a lot easier to digest. When Emily was little, she had a happy life, but as far as I can tell from this picture, Emily used to live in Bethelwood, but her family moved somewhere else. Emily had a close friendship with her cousin Sally. The two would have sleepovers, and Sally would gift Emily with her favourite flashlight in order to cheer her up, as Emily was sad to move away from her cousin. Emily had a great relationship in particular with her grandpa, who used to tell her lots of stories about his life. Emily used to go to her grandpa's house all the time until he got sick, and he had to move in with Emily's parents so they could look after him. Eventually, Emily's grandpa would be admitted to hospital as he was dying. She heard her parents arguing that they have no reason to live where they do anymore, given that her grandpa would soon pass away. So Emily and her parents moved back to Bethelwood. Then Emily would go for a first date at Bachman School. It was a bad experience for her. She has no friends there, Sally is in a different class to her, and Emily's alone most of the time. A teacher in her class made her say her name in front of everyone, and then everyone would stare at her. Nonetheless, she is hopeful of making new friends. But then the bullying started. Emily even lost the ability to be able to smile and would even practice in the mirror, but it wouldn't work as she'd just end up crying. Emily would venture to the second floor, but it scared her as all the big older kids were there. At school, she would see Sally with her friends and would try to follow her, but it seemed like Sally was avoiding her. All the while, all the other kids in school would laugh at Emily and constantly stare at her. She thought that everyone in the school hated her. Her mother even kept Emily at home on at least one occasion due to her being too upset to go to school. The bullying had turned physical, with one of the kids in the gym class kicking her when she was on the floor. But it all came to a head when Sally had agreed to walk home with Emily. They saw each other and Sally smiled, but then one of Sally's friends called her over. Sally's friends then started calling Emily names and her friends left, but Sally went with them. Emily tried to follow her, but Sally pushed Emily away and told her to get lost, prompting her friends to laugh and for Emily to burst into tears. Emily thought that she should just get lost, and this leads to how Emily ended up inside this alternate dimension and how she went missing. She instantly found herself in the school. She soon encountered the monsters that the miners referred to in their diaries. She mentions that she just thinks something, and she ends up finding a diary with what she just thought written inside them. She mentions the old man. The old man's name, according to the credits, is a man named Charon. The old man with glowing green eyes. Ring a bell? The old man was obviously someone close to Emily. It was her grandpa, or rather the ghost of him, helping her, telling her that she isn't the one who deserves to be there. And before you dispute that in the comments, Tequila Works themselves confirmed that Charon is indeed the girl's grandfather. So Charon pretty much waited for Sally at the cable car station. He thought that Sally deserved to be there, as she was bullying her own cousin. Not directly, but by doing nothing at all to intervene. Emily's psyche molded and shaped the world around her. The observer was birthed out of the thought that everyone was watching her. Paranoia, an invisible enemy, was born out of Emily's thought that everyone was laughing at her. Blame was actually birthed out of Sally's psyche, not Emily's, due to her part in Emily's disappearance. It's also possible that the other entities were remnants of what the miners thought up as a result of their own psyches, such as one miner mentioning his fear of spiders, hence why the searchlight or projectionist entity somewhat resembled a spider. Finally, the game's name, Gylt, obviously just refers to Sally's guilt. But that's it for this video. Instead of signing off with the usual guff, I want to
couldn't have summed up the story better myself even if I tried to. That was the full summary of the entire game. I even didn't catch the grandfather's name. By the way, if you were fans of Greek mythology, this should instantly ignite an idea in your mind from the get-go. Karen is literally the name of the caretaker of the boat on the river Styx, the boat that takes the souls of the dead from the side of the living to the side of the afterlife. So, while watching the game for the first time ever on the Google Stadia Let's Play, I came up with the following theory for this game. I thought that at first, after Emily got extremely bullied by the others, that she vanished because she killed herself. She couldn't accept all this pressure around her and all this disgusting treatment, so she killed herself. And then she was sent to this weird-looking ruined Bethelwood, where she was staying in purgatory in order to atone to the sin of taking her own life. And then, as Sally fell off her bike, she technically didn't really fall with a broken bike, but rather she also died. She died from the fall itself, and the broken bike is the proof for it. And having Sally reach the same area as Emily, metaphorically, I think, that would mean she entered purgatory from the get-go once she died also. from the fall. The ticket is golden. Just like the golden coin, you must pay Karen to take your soul from the land of the living to the land of the dead, to Hades. So it's a golden ticket. The old man's name is literally Karen, and the cable car is hanging over a chasm, a very large space. So most likely, yeah, the metaphoric wordplay is very clear and visible. Once you have saved all the spirits, the lost spirits in Hades, the afterlife, you gain the right for a second chance in life, basically. If you were too much selfish to the point where you decided to ignore the lost souls, then one of you only can leave the purgatory area. It's either Sally, who wanted to just clear her image in the front of the people, or Emily, to atone to Sally's own guilt. And in case you were able to collect all the 10 fragments, you could then gain yourself another golden coin, the golden ticket, in order for you to once again gain the right to ride on the boat, also the cable car itself, and go back to the world of the living. Having the old man Karen have glowing green eyes means he is a dead spirit of a loved one who tried to help them out. And since their grandfather, who was left nameless, passed away not long ago, and then Emily technically took her life in order to get rid of all the bullying, according to my theory, he protected his own granddaughter safe and blamed Sally for the point of no return when Emily left the world of the living, since Sally was the last straw that Emily once had. Even if your friends were bullies and were disgusting and bad, that doesn't mean you have the right to forsake your own family. So upon helping them out to get the second ticket, they hugged him dearly and then lived together. The area for the older Bethelwood, the entity of the mountain, and the strangers that I completely didn't know their names at all to begin with it, all of them were consumed later on by the entity of the mountain. So yeah, technically, if you look at the metaphors and the wordplay, this game is literally about an 11-year-old Sally Kaufman who died in an accident of a bike crash into an abyss, where her soul went into purgatory searching for her cousin's soul, where they both managed to release the tormented souls there, and then came back home together to life. What happened afterwards? Did Sally manage to defend her cousin? Did they have a better life without any bullies? Nobody knows. Sorry, but this... what we do know is that Emily forgave her cousin in the end, and hopefully they had a better life. As is. At least now, I assured myself that the old man, indeed Karen, is their grandfather, since the previous one of the miners said that his dog, 11 years ago, after it died, it returned back to him with green glowing eyes. The green glowing eyes is the mark of the phantoms, the loved ones that care for you, I think, at least. With that being said, I think this will be it for this project completely, and also for today's session. Even though it's still 1 hour and 45 minutes, who cares? I'd like to pray peace be upon all of my subscribers and commentators, followers, fans, and friends, everyone from the beasts to the Altered Empire, and everyone from the Discord server, free YouTube friends by name. Peace be upon Thunderstruck Gaming, be it Zo9 Gaming, amongst those, Marcus, Dottergrass31, Mark ICYY, Rogijan Carodan, Cryfield, CPTV123, Matthew 1121, Sagatical85, President Darfarel, Musclepan Gaming, Bobix Cypress YT, Sparfan28, Sew Underscreen, and Torsku. This has been with you, your host, Invisible the Non-Existent, hidden from your eyes through the shadows of your hearts. And this has been with you the final part of Project Let's Play Gylt with a Y. GYLT. A thriller horror survival game with extreme focus on exploration and stealth. Till next time, until the next project, whatever it will be. Make sure to stay careful, stay healthy, and stay safe. We're living in a merciless, unforgivable hell. Anything can happen. Make sure to keep your friends and family close to you. Keep your enemies very closer. You don't know when you need them or it will come from. Make sure to give credit and gratitude where they're due. It's much easier and simpler to thank others for the favors for you than it is to give flowers for the graves of the dead. Unless they were the graves of bullies, in which case, take a look on them, or at them, while you are at it, since bullies all go to hell. Till next time, whenever that will be, Invisible the Non-Existent with you sign out. Take care, and be careful.